Spanish Gulf Islands.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and I'll be sharing my time with the Honourable Member for Vancouver East. I want to say moments of tonight's discussions have been encouraging. After the horrors of the passage of Bill C-12 and international condemnation that it attacks refugee rights, it was so refreshing that some of the points I was going to make were made by the Honourable Member from Pierrefonds-Dollard on the long delays in getting people out of Gaza and out of the horrible situations found in Sudan. Also, it was wonderful to hear the words one wants to hear of compassion from a Canadian, from the Honourable Member for Spadina Harbourfront. My question to the Minister is the Department considering that it's long since time to recognize that the United States is no longer a safe third country after the ICE Department has arrested over 900 children held for more than 20 days?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. And let me just, this may be one of the first times that I respond to the Honourable Member. I know she's been here for a while. Very much respect her as a person, but also as a parliamentarian. And I know she has connections to my province of Nova Scotia. So really appreciate her wealth of knowledge here. So she asks me a question about the STCA, and the information that I have provided is that the STCA continues to be partnered with Canada.
Honourable Member.
Thank you, and indeed I consider myself at least bi-coastal, having spent much of my life in Cape Breton Island and went to Dalhousie Law School, so at least partially Haligonian. Look, I hear a lot of concerns from my constituents. My constituency office is pretty much overwhelmed with people who need help, who are caught up in the long delays of trying to get through the process of being processed through IRCC, not uncommon for security assessments to take several years. And we know that a lot of the international partnering agencies that work with IRCC really create tremendous bottlenecks. What is the Department planning to do to expedite, to find a better balance between security and compassion?
Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My colleague raises a really good point, and it is one that we've been talking with my officials on, because we receive those in my constituency office as well as all parliamentarian. First, I would say part of the process is to do with the fact that we have a levels plan that is part of managing migration in Canada, both for permanent and temporary, and as a result of that, we can only process so many per year. That we've been clear, we've been transparent with Canadians what that number is, and in fact, we have met our target last year, and we are on track to do so this year. So it's part of the levels plan that we have, that we can only process so much. And then I will let her continue and respond to her next question.
The Honourable Member.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We know we want to attract, and the Minister has mentioned it tonight, skilled and talented people, new Canadians who bring the talents and skills we need. But this is not just a compassionate exercise. This is also a steep competition. And as recently pointed out in Policy Options magazine back in just last month, that Canada risks discovering too late that the real consequences of burdensome and cumbersome process is not just delayed applications, but losing eligible and desirable people who go elsewhere.
Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. It's a very good point. The IRCC processing standards are 80% are processed in time within our standards. We have a very, very, very high demand volumes. And also, to go back to her earlier question on security screening, we are working very diligently with both CBSA and CSIS in order to bring those down.
Honourable Member.
Another big concern for my constituents is the home care worker program. And the home care worker immigration pilot, as Minister knows, was opened in March 2025, closed soon thereafter. And we understand from her department it's been paused. When will it restart?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you very much for that question. It's a very good one, because many people use home care workers. We had to pause the program because we found an abundance of volumes there, and we felt as everybody does now, it's just not fair to keep accepting more and more applications until we're able to process some of the ones that we have in.
The honourable member.
It shouldn't be so difficult when people are living in Canada as permanent residents and want to bring their parents here on TRV to visit their grandchildren. Why is that so bottlenecked?
The honourable minister.
So again, thank you very much for that question. As I said, we have levels in terms of the temporary resident population that we can accept, whether it's students, whether it's workers, whether it's the people that are coming on humanitarian pathways. It is all calculated together. It is all in Budget 2025 that was tabled in the House, and we are working to process those numbers accordingly.
The honourable member.
Does the minister believe that there's a lack of financial resources to her department? Is it a lack of people power that makes this a grinding misery for so many people who are either here and wanting their permanent residency or overseas and want to come here?
The honourable minister.
Again, Mr. Chair, these are excellent questions, and it is one that Canadians are asking me when I go to different provinces and the territories that I went to as well. No, it's neither of those. It's the fact that we have a levels plan, and the levels plan has a permanent resident number, but for the first time in 2024, Canada introduced the temporary resident plan.
The honourable member.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Madam Minister, as you hear from every corner of this House, there's deep concern that your department isn't delivering for safety and security of Canadians, but my concern is far more that we're not delivering on our own reputation for being compassionate and humanitarian people. Will the minister agree that much more needs to be done, and is there a timeline and a strategy to deliver on these concerns?
The honourable minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. We definitely have a plan. We are definitely delivering on that plan. Again, it's been transparent and it's been clear, and perhaps that's part of the reason why so many questions from Canadians is that we have been so clear and so transparent, and it is different than in past years. And we will continue to do the best that we can.
The honourable member for Sandwich Gulf Islands can have a very brief question.
It's not adequate. With all due respect, Mr. Chair, it's not adequate, so that the main aspects discussion tonight ends up being a cry for help, that this is not adequate. Take that to the cabinet table. It's not adequate.